morning, everyone. I'm Dave Aaron, one of the Deputy Regional Directors for the Bureau of Reclamation's Lower Colorado region. I oversee operations of our Phoenix area office and have the opportunity to meet and work with many, if not all of you. Joining me from the Bureau of Reclamation's Washington, D.C. office is our Commissioner, Camille Kalimlim-Tootin, and the Director of the Lower Colorado Basin region, my boss, Jackie Gould. Before we get much further, I'd like to thank the City of Phoenix for hosting this event and for managing logistics and setup here in City Hall. On behalf of the Bureau of Reclamation, I'd like to thank the tribal, state, and local leaders who have taken time out of their busy schedules to join us. Governor Hobbs, Governor Lewis, and the mayors of Phoenix, Gilbert, Glendale, and Scottsdale. Unfortunately, Chairman Rambler cannot be here, but we're glad to welcome his representative, Tao Etpisan, Vice Chairman of the San Carlos Apache. Thank you all for being here today to mark the significance of the collaboration and the commitment that comes with finding ways to manage water in the face of historically dry conditions. The water conservation agreements we are announcing today and those announced last spring are funded by the Lower Colorado River Basin System Conservation and Efficiency Programs. This program is part of our commitment made by the Department of the Interior and funded in part by the Inflation Reduction Act to address impacts of the drought through responsive actions and investments to ensure the entire Colorado River Basin can function and support for all those who rely on it. Reclamation works closely with the individual water entities to reach agreements that cumulatively contribute to water savings in the Lower Colorado Basin. The City of Phoenix is one of these entities that entered into an agreement recently. At this time, I'd like to invite our city host, Mayor Kate Gallego, to come up and provide a few remarks related to the subject. Mayor Gallego. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to welcome this impressive group to Phoenix City Hall. Today, I'm joined by Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, all working together to ensure Arizona's water future. It is a particular pleasure to recognize my colleagues at the City of Phoenix, Vice Mayor Ansari, Councilwoman O'Brien, and Councilwoman Robinson, who are great leaders and really passionate about our water supply. And since we're at City Hall, it can't hurt to mention that in addition to leading the Central Arizona Water Conservation District, Terry Goddard is a former mayor of Phoenix. Thank you for all being here to celebrate the contributions Arizona communities have made to stabilize the reservoir system, creating a strong foundation for Colorado River negotiations. As the leaders in this room demonstrate, Arizona is deeply committed to our work to protect the Colorado River, its ecosystems, people, and the businesses it sustains. We're proud of the contributions that we've made and will continue to invest in conservation solutions. The federal commitments made in the Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act and the Inflation Reduction Act are crucial, and we're grateful for the Biden administration's partnership in forging a more sustainable future. Commissioner, thank you for your deep interest in working with all levels of government, including cities. The City of Phoenix is adapting the way we operate to live in harmony with our desert environment and to reduce our dependence on the Colorado River. This year, we've rolled out new conservation incentives for more efficient appliances and irrigation systems. We will introduce turf removal incentives in the spring, and Governor Hobbs, we really appreciate your partnership in making those incentives available. Also this year, Phoenix created Sustainable Desert Development Guidelines, backing our vision to create the most sustainable desert city on the planet with concrete policy. These will ultimately reduce ornamental turf, encourage native desert vegetation, and ensure large users maximize every opportunity to reduce consumption. We are working with hospitals, advanced manufacturing industry leaders, HOAs, and stakeholders all across multi-sectors so that we can collectively do our part to protect our water resources. Phoenicians and Arizonans want to be part of the solution, and the City of Phoenix is making it even easier to do so. As I announced in April, we're laying the groundwork for a regional advanced water purification facility. The facility will not only augment Phoenix's water supply, but will bolster the water security of our region. Thank you to the mayors in this room for making it a regional collaboration. We look forward to a new Bartlett Dam to enhance our resilience, and thanks to the partnership and thank the partners among the cities in the Valley and the Bureau of Reclamation with SRP. I'm grateful for the ongoing collaboration with Governor Ro Lewis to protect our Colorado River resources and add flexibility to where and how they are used. Phoenix has participated in system conservation since 2016 and again in 2022 with contributions of both funding and water. We are proud to expand on this track record this year, committing up to 150,000 acre-feet in system conservation through 2026. We will reinvest the federal compensation we receive in opportunities to reduce reliance on Colorado River supplies. Thank you to all the partners here today. Together, we are building a culture of conservation that serves our communities today and future generations to come. And now I'm excited to welcome to the podium a leader on water issues and a champion for protecting Arizona's Colorado River supplies. Please welcome Governor Hobbs.
Thank you, Mayor, and good morning, everyone. I want to welcome all of our friends from outside the state who have joined us here today, and thank you, Mayor Gallego, for hosting us here at Phoenix City Hall. When I took office almost 10 months ago, I knew that Arizona was at a crossroads in determining the future of our state. Major manufacturing companies are continuing to bring their businesses here from around the world, creating good-paying jobs for Arizonans and growing our economy. And I knew that we needed to take action to make our state's booming economy sustainable. While Arizona grows, we potentially face massive forced cuts to our Colorado water allotment. While I knew this problem would not be easy to fix, I knew that we could. I have served in elected office in Arizona long enough to know that almost every challenge has a solution if you're willing to bring people together to tackle the issue head on. And that's exactly what everyone here has done. Today, we're celebrating the conservation agreements made between Arizona water users and the federal government that save water in Lake Mead and protect the Colorado River. These agreements made the Lower Basin proposal possible and have helped safeguard a critical source of water for Arizona so that we can continue to grow for years to come. After previously missed deadlines and failed negotiations, everyone here came to the table for a fresh start with an open mind. The end result, a proposal that will save 3 million acre-feet of water and protect Arizonans from drastic forced cuts. We have agreements with cities, tribes, industry, and agriculture, which is exactly what I have called for when saying that every water user in every sector, in every state, needs to be a part of the Colorado River solution. This is a major feat and a great step forward in securing our state's water future for generations to come. What's more, it shows the rest of the country that a thriving economy and water conservation are not mutually exclusive. That in fact, being responsible stewards of our resources and leading the nation into a more sustainable economic future go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. As I continue to travel across the state for groundbreakings and business openings of cutting-edge companies, bringing new jobs and new ideas to Arizona, I think of the countless lives that will be changed because we chose to take this issue seriously. Moving forward, we'll reap the benefits provided by water security and sustainability. We can build affordable homes for middle-class Arizonans, we can invest in infrastructure, and we can continue to grow good-paying jobs and make Arizona the best place to live, work, and raise a family. But none of that is possible without critical steps like this one. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our partners in these efforts. To our city leaders, Mayor Gallego, Mayor Peterson, Mayor Wires, Mayor Ortega, and Mayor Romero, thank you for understanding the responsibility we have as elected officials to come together and provide solutions for our constituents. To our tribal partners, Governor Stephen Ro Lewis, Vice Chairman Tao Edpison, and President Bernadine Burnett, thank you for continuing to work with us to move our entire state forward. Director Bushatsky, time and time again, you show us why you have my confidence to continue to lead the Department of Water Resources. Commissioner Tootin, thank you for your hard work bringing the Colorado River Basin states together. I am so proud to stand with all of these amazing leaders today and every day as we continue the hard work of securing Arizona's water future. And I will now turn it over to Commissioner Tootin. Thank you.
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for looking out. Good morning. My name is Camille Klimlimton, and I'm the Commissioner for the Bureau of Reclamation. What a beautiful day in Arizona. What a beautiful day to be in the city of Phoenix. And it's an honor to join this distinguished group as we formalize critical conservation agreements to further protect and stabilize the Colorado River system. The agreements are being enacted through the Lower Colorado River Basin System Conservation and Efficiency Program, funded by President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, which invests a total of $4.6 billion to address the historic drought across the West. It is part of President Biden's Investing in America agenda, a key pillar to Bidenomics and the Biden-Harris administration's all-of-government approach to enhancing the resilience of the West through drought and climate change. The voluntary system conservation and implementation agreements will help increase water conservation, improve water efficiency, and help prevent Lake Mead and Powell from falling to critically low elevations. The 7 agreements we're announcing today will conserve up to 162,710 acre-feet of Colorado River water through 2026 and represent a total investment of nearly $64 million. These join 11 previously announced contracts in Arizona, and in total, the 18 agreements executed in Arizona will commit water entities across the state to conserve up to 348,680 acre-feet of water in Lake Mead in 2023, and up to 984,429 acre-feet through 2026. We're not rounding up or down those numbers because every acre-foot counts. So Arizona, 984,429 acre-feet over the next 3 years. More Arizona agreements in Arizona are currently in development. We thank our Arizona partners for their leadership and the monumental efforts regarding system conservation thus far. And these contracts are part of what Governor Hobbs mentioned as the 3 million acre-feet system conservation across the lower basin states. 2.3 million acre-feet will be compensated through the Inflation Reduction Act. And they are already contributing to the positive results in the basin. Just look at Lake Mead. And this is also evidenced by the revised draft supplemental environmental impact statement for near-term Colorado River operations we released last week. As a result of the commitment to record volumes of conservation in the basin and recent hydrology, the chance of falling below critical elevations was reduced significantly at Lake Mead and Lake Powell through 2026. Reclamation conducted updated modeling analysis using 23 hydrology, and the results of that modeling indicate that the risk of reaching critical elevations have been reduced. However, elevations in these reservoirs remain historically low, and conservation measures like those outlined in the revised draft SEIS by the lower division proposal will still be necessary to ensure continued water delivery to communities and protect the long-term sustainability of the Colorado River system. The voluntary system conservation agreements demonstrate Reclamation's approach to addressing the challenges of climate change and drought through science-based innovative strategies. It's also indicative of our commitment to working cooperatively with the basin states, our tribal partners, stakeholders, and partners who rely on the Colorado River. And Reclamation's mission is founded on managing, developing, and protecting water in an environmentally and economically sound manner. This mission means we focus every day on the tasks of balancing the needs of sovereign nations, cities, farms, and our environment. And given the impacts of the climate change on this region, our goal in all of our decisions is maximizing the efficient and use of the waters that we all depend upon in the Colorado River. Marshaling resources like the System Conservation and Efficiency Program is among the many ways we can accomplish this mission. But it is you and your constituents, those who depend and benefit from the Colorado River, who drive the results. And that's why we're here today. It's only through our collective participation that the conservation goals are realized. And we appreciate your willingness to partner with Reclamation to protect the Colorado River system for today, but more importantly, to protect the Colorado River system for the future. The work we do together today ensures that the waters will flow
for future generations. And at this time, I'd like to turn the program back over to David Aaron. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Tootin. At this time, I'd like to invite Governor Lewis of the Gila River Indian community to share some remarks. Governor Lewis.
Skugtash, good morning. Good morning, Governor Hobbs. Good morning, Mayor Gallego, Commissioner Tootin, and all of the leadership here. Thank you on behalf of the Gila River Indian community for the opportunity to speak at this celebration of the Voluntary System Conservation Program, also known as the Bucket 1A. The community has been a supporter of this approach to addressing the drought crisis since 2016, when we entered into the first major voluntary agreement. Now, this approach is one that we can legitimately claim to have developed as the extension of the original pilot program, and we've been dedicated participants ever since. In the most recent program of this kind, the largest to date, the Gila River Indian community once again has stepped forward and committed a vast amount of its water resources to it. 375,000 acre-feet of water over the next 3 years, with a commitment to use our other water resources to encourage others to participate as well. Now, the program's success can best be measured by the number of entities who are here with us today, celebrating our joint collaboration in this critical time in this historic drought. I couldn't be more proud of Arizona as we confront this challenge head on together. And we aren't done yet. Just yesterday, I was with another major CAP contract holder and spent a good amount of time twisting their arms to get them to consider system conservation in 2024 and 2025. So Camille, Madam Commissioner, I hope you can find a way to get them in too. It's never too late to conserve water. Seriously though, I want to commend the Biden administration for stepping up and helping us put such a successful effort together here in Arizona. Our contributions celebrated today will help pave the way for the successful negotiations together on the post-2026 guidelines, which we are now underway. The Gila River Indian community, we stand to serve our great state in this time of drought, and we look forward to the further collaborations with all of our partners here. Mosapo, thank you.
Thank you, Governor Lewis. As I mentioned earlier, Chairman Terry Rambler of the San Carlos Apache tribe could not join us today. So Tal Edpison is here to offer remarks on his behalf. So Tal, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as the Vice Chairman of the San Carlos Apache Tribe. I'm delighted to speak at this event celebrating the Bureau of Reclamation and Arizona water leaders entering voluntary water conservation agreements. This event holds immense importance not only for the present but also for the future of our precious Colorado River. This event serves as a platform to commemorate the voluntary water conservation agreements, which have been made possible by the exceptional efforts under the Lower Colorado Basin System Conservation and Efficiency Program. We acknowledge that the fulfillment of this program has been made possible in part through the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. Together, we can proudly celebrate and recognize the significance of the Water Conservation Agreement and its wide-ranging implications for the Colorado River system and all the communities relying on its precious water. Water is the lifeblood of our existence, connecting us in ways that transcend boundaries, jurisdictions. As a Native American, I understand the profound significance of water, not only as a vital resource, but as a source of spiritual and cultural significance. That sustains our traditions and our ways of life. Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized sovereign tribes. Reservation lands account for 1/3 of the state's lands and generates more than 1/3 of Arizona's surface waters. For too long, Arizona has allowed a mining exemption from groundwater pumping limits. This exemption is now colliding with declining surface water supplies from the Colorado River and projected groundwater deficits in the Phoenix metropolitan area, particularly in the East Valley. The two largest foreign-based multinational mining companies in the world intend to construct a massive resolution copper mine near Superior. This mine will use at a minimum 775,000 acre-feet of groundwater. And once the groundwater is gone, it's not coming back. How can this be in the best interests of Arizona? As part of our larger commitment to conservation, the San Carlos Apache tribe strongly supports the Save Oak Flat from Foreign Mining Act introduced by Arizona Democratic Congressman Rahul Grijalva. The bill will eliminate a 2014 law that mandates Oak Flat to be traded to Resolution Copper within 60 days of publication of a final environmental impact statement. Let us reflect on the collective effort that has gone into these voluntary conservation agreements. It is a testament to the commitment and dedication of all those involved to ensure the sustainability and longevity of the Colorado River and its resources. These agreements exemplify the power of cooperation and collaboration as we come together to safeguard our most precious resource for generations to come. We are reminded that it is our shared responsibility to protect and cherish the Colorado River, ensuring its abundance not only for our present needs, but also for the needs of our future generations. Let us share our perspectives, knowledge, and experience. By uniting our strengths and collective wisdom, we can create lasting solutions that bridge the gap and promote sustainable practices for the management of our water resources. In conclusion, I express my heartfelt gratitude for the opportunity to address this esteemed gathering. I firmly believe that through our voluntary water conservation agreements, we have embarked on a path that will lead to a brighter and more sustainable future for the Colorado River and all those who rely on its life-giving waters. Water is sacred because it is the necessity of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Edpison. Next up is the Director of Water Resources, Tom Bushatsky.
Governor Hobbs, Mayor Gallego, Commissioner Tootin, and elected officials, it's an honor to be here with you today for this celebration. In recent years, it has become apparent that extraordinary measures are necessary to stabilize the Colorado River system, in particular Lake Mead. As it has so often, Arizona responded to that call for extraordinary measures. The entities represented here today have committed to conservation efforts, and Arizona entities came together this year to sign conservation agreements that will substantially achieve the goal of protecting the Colorado River through 2026, at which time new operating guidelines will take effect. By the end of 2023, the three lower basin states will have voluntarily conserved more than 1 million acre-feet for the Colorado River system, and additional agreements are in the works. This volume is on top of reductions in use mandated by the 2007 guidelines and the 2019 Drought Contingency Plan, which resulted in a cumulative 617,000 acre-feet being stored in Lake Mead this year by the three states. For context, the lower basin has not used such a comparatively small portion of its Colorado River allocation in 40 years. As a result of the conservation and reductions in use, Arizona, California, and Nevada this year have put just 5.8 million acre-feet to consumptive use, the lowest use since 1984. Arizona's conservation efforts alone have been substantial, including voluntary contributions and reductions mandated by the 2007 guidelines and the 2019 Drought Contingency Plan. Arizona has conserved over 3.7 million acre-feet of water in Lake Mead since 2014. In 2023 alone, Arizona is on track to conserve over 900,000 acre-feet. But our work is not done. This outcome has allowed us to focus on negotiating alternatives to stabilize the Colorado River system after the operating guidelines expire at the end of 2026. I want to thank all of you here today for your contributions to protect the Colorado River system. There are benefits that exceed simply the protections afforded to the system in Lake Mead. These actions create a solid negotiating platform for us as we work with our partners in the basin to find a collaborative and equitable future in which those who benefit from the largesse of the river participate in protecting the Colorado River system. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the President of the Board of the Central Arizona Project, Terry Goddard.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Governor Hobbs, Commissioner Tootin, Governor Lewis, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure it's a pleasure to be back in Phoenix City Hall, even though the accommodations they gave me when I was mayor, we were across the street and much less auspicious. So thank you, Mayor Gallego. This is a celebration, but it's a celebration of the most important thing for the state of Arizona, and I think it's been put in both economic terms by the governor and in spiritual terms by the tribal leaders that are here. But Arizona's water is critical to Arizona's future, and I think we all recognize that. As CAP, we're in the middle of some very difficult times in the last several years. The cutbacks, as you already know, have been very significant, and we've had to, on behalf of the state of Arizona, bear the overwhelming majority of that through compulsory cuts. But we're here to celebrate the voluntary cuts, the ones that our customers have dug deep and found ways to save over 340,000 acre-feet just this year. And we've heard a lot of numbers, but I think that's one that really resonates. And it's because of the leadership of the Bureau of Reclamation that we've been able to put together a 3-year plan, jointly working together. I guess that's the only way to work together, is jointly. But the bottom line is it's made a very significant difference. Now, Mother Nature played a very, very handsome role. We probably should give a debt of thanks to the forces that resulted in snow and rain in the Rockies that made the crisis in Lake Mead and Lake Powell a little less severe, but it's still a significant crisis. And the Bureau of Reclamation has responded to that. And we, as water users in Arizona and the lower basin, have responded. And the crisis, as the commissioner said, is down to manageable levels so that we can look forward in the next 3 years to working together as a basin to find ways to have a reliable, supportable, continuous flow from the Colorado River that will support the Arizona economy and that of over 40 million people throughout the Rocky Mountain Rest. So it's a huge challenge, but this celebration shows that we can dig deep and make the future more realistic than it appeared just a year ago when things looked very dark. So this is an appropriate celebration. It's a great time to be able to say well done to the water users of the state of Arizona. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have Mayor Bridget Peterson from the city of Gilbert. Thank you.
Good morning, Governor, Commissioner, and other elected officials. Gilbert is pleased to stand here today with our regional partners and celebrate the System Conservation Implementation Agreement, but more importantly, acknowledge and applaud the efforts of Valley municipalities who recognized our future sustainability is tied to the successful water conservations and policies of today. Gilbert was a proud participant in the regional discussions and agreed to leave up to 1,200 acre-feet per year in Lake Mead from 2023 through 2025. While we recognize this is a very small amount in the overall shortage of the Colorado River, it is a significant portion in our operations and, more importantly, represents our commitment to being part of the solution in regards to the Colorado River system. Gilbert recognizes no single approach to water conservation will best serve the region or our community, and so we have deployed initiatives simultaneously. While we are grateful that many lower basin entities came together to shore up the system over the next few years, Gilbert is looking to Reclamation to continue the discussions regarding the future of our Colorado River supplies through the post-2026 guidelines process currently underway. Gilbert identified the water portfolio realities more than 5 years ago and recognized the value in investing in our infrastructure. Last year, Gilbert officially broke ground on the state's largest municipal capital improvement project with the revamping and expansion of our North Water Treatment Plant, which will give us increased operational flexibility to move water where needed and to meet the needs of our growing community. Though this plant cannot fully mitigate the full range of the potential Colorado River shortages, it is an important part of Gilbert's strategy. And thanks to Gilbert's state legislators, our community has secured state funding for drilling new wells and infrastructure, which we are hopeful will enhance our water portfolio. Last but not least, landscaping provides Arizona communities the greatest opportunity for maximizing water management, and so Gilbert is ramping up our conservation efforts. We have recently expanded our rebate programs to encourage entities, our residential and commercial entities alike, to reduce their outdoor water usage while we continue to identify and remove grass at our own municipal facilities. In short, we recognize every effort makes a difference and is critical to Gilbert's long-term ability to provide water to residents and businesses and thus to sustain our economy. We are committed to participating in discussions and efforts to manage our access to water resources that ensures the viability of our community and our region as a whole, and continue to do all we can to manage this important resource efficiently and effectively. Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, I'd like to welcome Mayor Jerry Wires from the City of Glendale.
I love his tennis shoes. They're just awesome. I couldn't help but they're great. Okay, get serious here. First of all, I want to thank everybody that's in the room. What this group of people is doing and making a point to do is serving the 7.5+ million people of the state of Arizona. The City of Glendale's motto that we live by is we improve the lives of the people that we serve each and every day. That's not just the City of Glendale. I can see everybody here from the governors to every council member to the mayors to everybody. So thank you for what all of you do. The City of Glendale is pleased to partner with the Bureau of Reclamation on this important agreement. We applaud them for initiating this conservation program to help Lake Mead. The future and the health of the Colorado River system depends on all of the water users finding ways to conserve and do their part in protecting this critical water source. My city, Glendale, is committed to conserving up to 7,000 acre-feet per year, or it's about 25% of our Colorado River allotment for the next 3 years, starting in 2023. We are in a position of strength because of thoughtful and brave planning by my city and every other agency joining us here today. Glendale looks forward to continuing the collaboration that water providers within Arizona and other lower basin states to find creative solutions to help us get through this drought cycle. Speaking of continued collaboration, I'd like to recognize the ongoing partnership, again, with all of those cities who signed on to the Bureau of Reclamation System Conservation Implementation Agreement. Say that 5 times real fast. including the City of Phoenix, Peoria, City of Scottsdale, Town of Gilbert, City of Tucson, the Metro Water District, Gila River Indian Arena, you hear me say that? Gila River Indian Community, Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation, and Arsarco. The Colorado River system is vital to Glendale and the state of Arizona, and we will continue to actively participate in programs to help conserve this precious resource. I'd like to close by stressing that Glendale's water portfolio is healthy and our ability to provide water to our community is secure. We just want to keep it that way. So thank all of you for everything that all of you have done in this partnership. Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to welcome to the podium Mayor David Ortega from the City of Scottsdale. Welcome.
Well, hello everyone. Scottsdale has always embraced a culture of water conservation. And it started very early in Arizona when the Bureau of Reclamation and the Salt River Project created the water district that allowed Arizona to prosper. That was before statehood. In the 60s, the Central Arizona Project delivered the next phase of growth in our beautiful state. Scottsdale received water delivery from the CAP in '87, and it nurtured the great growth that we enjoy today. A special thanks to, of course, our fellow mayors, Governor Hobbs, Governor Lewis, our cousins in the water community, and the nations. Scottsdale has gone beyond water conservation. We have the only advanced water treatment facility in the state. We're able to reprocess 20 million gallons a day. And we've been doing it since, and certified to do so as direct potable water. We are able to buy water once and reuse it and take it back and use it, and that's a major new addition to our water portfolio. At the present time, we clean the water and then inject it into our aquifers. We do have available water to the breweries, and I wanted to get it to the lemonade stands as soon as possible. As it happens, we're one signature away from the Bureau of Reclamation allowing us to take our purified water and put it directly into our system. We will be the first city in Arizona to be able to do that, and it's a shining example of how water conservation begins with this technology that we already possess. At the city level, we've asked people to give up their lawns and weekend chores for desert turf, and there's a trade-off in a community to enjoy our public lawn spaces where we have many sports fields and parks and enjoyable areas. And we have a very high acceptance countywide and among the AMWA partners. The relationship with the Department of Interior has been ongoing. We were the first city to actually create a canal project. It's where we now host a canal convergence. So there's 131 miles of canals serving bulk water into our municipalities, and Scottsdale has the most unique area. It was approved through the Department of Interior and Mayor Drinkwater. Tonight, by the way, we open the canal convergence, and that is due to, again, the cooperation with the BOR. And we just signed on for another 30 years to keep that amenity going. Going further, we also have the Westworld facility, which is another way to reclaim areas that would have been uninhabitable, and now it's a major attraction for the biggest car shows and so forth in the world. That is a holistic state and community purpose that we greatly, greatly appreciate all our partners. I feel like I'm kind of the cleanup hitter, right? And you are looking at the water champions of our state, from the federal, state, and all the way to your tap and our taps. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Ortega, and thank you again to all who were able to join us here today to announce these important arrangements.